yeah.
I love it. Good. Okay, so just start to very gently relax. You might have the block underneath your chest, and you might just be feeling that gentle release across the collarbones as you soften the shoulders. And so the shoulders and that heart centre area is often an area where we might hold a lot. So we might be holding some tension there, we might be holding on to responsibilities. Whatever it is, just take a moment to just take a lovely, deep, slow breath in. And then as you exhale, just soften and relax those shoulders. And you're very welcome to either turn the palms facing upwards to increase that opening, or you can bring the palms of the hands to the belly, which can feel nice and comforting. And maybe you're just feeling the belly gently rise and fall every time you breathe in and breathe out. Good. So as we connect with our breath, we see if we can begin to just focus in a little bit, using our powers of concentration, just to notice the inhale and the exhale in and out through the nostrils. So, of course, if you wish, you can maybe release the breath through the mouth. Sometimes that can help us to feel a little bit more like it's a cleansing breath. So you might be just working with the nostrils, breathing in and out, bringing that awareness there. Or it might be that you're breathing in through the nose, utilising that filtration system. And then with the exhale, maybe just exhaling out through pursed lips. This can feel a little bit cleansing sometimes. So your choice of where you take your pranayama. Ujjayi breath or pranayama of any sort, always welcome. This conscious breathing to help build strength through the respiratory system. So of course, as we approach winter, we're a little bit more open to some of the viruses and bugs and things. So using your time wisely to breathe in and out is in fact exercising your lungs. And when you exercise your lungs, then you're going to make them a little bit stronger. And you know, it may well be very preventative when you're getting bugs and things, but it might also mean that difference between a long recovery and a faster recovery. So always okay just to take that time with your breathing, be with your breath, notice how you feel. Good, that is a yoga practice in itself. So a lot of people think if they're not moving around a lot or putting pressure into their bodies, that they're not doing yoga. This is yoga. The breath in, the breath out. We're exercising those lungs. Good. Really nice. And then maybe bringing awareness to the moment for a moment to the belly, the hips and the pelvis. Noticing the release here as you just soften and relax. Good. And if you do have your block underneath your chest, that's almost encouraging the body to open up a little bit more, creating some space around the chest. It's a really nice way to reverse any rounding in the back as well. So if you're someone who's been sat at a desk for many years, then using your block under your chest is going to really open things. So let's take a nice deep inhale. We're going to lift the arms above the head now. As we exhale, bringing the back of the hands down towards the floor. Good, and just gently reach towards the back of the room. Good, finding that lovely, long, energizing stretch. So I want you to feel energy from the tips of your fingers all the way down to the tips of your toes. Good, maybe your ribs have flared up a little bit, so you might want to draw them in and just protect your lower back by drawing the belly back a little. And then a deep inhale. As we exhale, reach away the fingertips again. Find that lovely length. And stretch. Good. Breathe here. Just welcoming the day. Good. With that lovely stretch. One more breath in. Let's bring the arms all the way back, drawing a lovely big arc through the air with the arms. And then the palms of the hands face upwards again. We're going to draw the feet towards the bottom and move into that lovely second position. So Supta Baddha Konasana. Reclined, bound angle. Good. Pushing the feet nice and firmly towards one another. Good. And then just maybe feeling that chest expand a little bit more as we relax relax the head. Now in this position, if we are over a block, we might find that there's a little bit of an opening in the throat. If you're laying flat to the floor, just keep the back of the head on the floor. But if you've got that lift in your chest, you might want to open the throat a little bit more and just feel that release around the thyroid, around that area. So breathe into it. Deep inhale, long exhale. Seeing if you can touch each toe individually as you press the feet together. And then with your next breath, again, a lovely big energizing inhale as you then lift the arms up. Exhaling backs of the hands down to the floor again. Good. And again, strengthen into those lungs. Breathing in, breathing out. Again, your choice to be in and out through the nose, or in through the nose and out through the mouth. Good. Let's move the wrists a little, get a little bit of movement around the extremities. So just this soft rotation around all those little bones in the wrist. And then bring palms of the hands together. Good. We're going to softly just start to draw the hands down to your heart centre. And just take a moment with your own intentions, whatever they may be. So, bringing maybe a word to your practice that might be meaningful for you. Maybe thinking about bringing love into your practice. Maybe thinking about compassion. Maybe gratitude, whatever it is, just spend a little bit of time, maybe with a word that brings your mind into focus a little. Good, well done. Maybe completeness. Purnamada, this particular mantra that's coming up, it's all about how we are already all complete. Just sometimes we need to peel some of those layers away. Breathe in, breathe out. Well done. Let's release the arms and then draw your knees all the way back up to centre and just take a moment here with your breath relaxing. Good. Well done. Inhale and exhale. Good. Let's very softly just roll away from our block if we've got one underneath. Gorgeous, nice work everybody. And then we're going to bring ourselves back down onto our backs and just take a moment here to bring the arms out a little bit to the side and then very gently, just some soft and gentle windscreen wiper movements as you bring the knees to the right side and then over to the left. So noticing what it is that your body needs today. So we're always really focused on our own needs rather than necessary comparative practice. Let's think about gently drawing the knees one way then the other. Head is staying neutral. You might feel it around the ribs a little bit as you softly windscreen wiper those knees. Good. It might be that you're bringing those knees down to the floor a little bit. It might be that you're starting to move the head and the neck a fraction as well. So being aware if you do have any neck or upper shoulder issues, just be nice and gentle if you need to. Good, breathing in, breathing out. Really lovely. Now the next time you come over to the right side, you're going to just relax the knees down and just really soften and hold the posture but not the breath. So allow the knees to soften, look back towards your left hand and then just let go a little bit around the hips, around the belly. Feel that gentle release. Good. One more breath in. Slowly come back through centre and then over towards the left side. Just letting the legs just be placed wherever feels comfortable and then looking towards the other side, the other hand, and see if the knees can draw down towards the floor. Good. Let's bring it all the way back up to the centre. And then arms come down by the sides of you. We're going to take a deep inhale. Exhaling, drawing the belly in, pressing into the arms and the feet, and lifting up into our bridge pose. Good. Take a breath in as you reach the top. And then exhaling, feeling each vertebrae all the way down. Good. Really nice. Inhale at the bottom, drawing that belly back as you then exhale, drawing the hips away from the floor, lifting all the way up. Good. I'm going to do this a few more times, just mobilising the spine, feeling that little release around our spinal column. Good. Again, at your own pace. And remember, depending on what it is that you're working with physically, you might want to take it a little bit easier, or you might want to really press those hips a little higher up towards the ceiling and feel that little stretch in the back of the neck. Good. So using your breath in a nice somatic way to bring that lovely sense of release and rhythm to your practice. Good. Now the next time you're lifting up, you're going to bring the arms with you. So we're going to get a little bit of movement through the shoulders and the arms. So lift the hips, arms are going to lift too. And then bring the back of the hands down towards the floor behind you. Relax the chin towards the chest and hold here for a couple of breaths. So you're pressing down into the feet, you're feeling that lovely squeeze in the glute muscles, building a little bit of strength there. Good. Feel nice and light and relaxed through the arms and the shoulders. Your work is happening in your legs as you're lifting the hips, drawing the tummy in. One more breath in, slowly lift the arms and just roll all the way down, drawing a lovely arc through the air. Let's do that again. Deep inhale. Exhaling as you draw tummy in, start to lift your hips, arms rise all the way up, and the back of the hands come down to the floor. 2 or 3 nice long breaths here at your own pace. Feel relaxed around the shoulders. Strengthen the legs, breathing in, breathing out. Good. And then with your next breath, as you exhale, you're going to start to draw the arms all the way back. Good. One more time. Inhale deeply. Exhaling, drawing that belly in, rolling your hips away from the floor, lifting them way up. Good. And then as you come up, you're just going to squeeze the bottom, squeeze that corset around your middle, pressing firmly into the feet, finding that firm connection. Good. One more breath in. Exhaling, slowly release all the way down, vertebrae by vertebrae. And then take a full breath in at the bottom, exhaling, relaxing. Good. With your next inhale, you're drawing your right knee into the chest, exhaling your left leg away. Good. Take a gentle circle here with the knee. So your right knee is going to turn in a lovely big circle, relaxing shoulders and face. 3 or 4 times one direction. See if you can maybe expand your circle a little bit. And then back in the other direction. Good. Really nice. Nice and slow, precise kind of mindful rotations into that hip. Good. Bringing the knee back in for a moment. Hug it in nice and close, and then sending that foot up towards the ceiling. And you use our core strength a little bit here, so just draw your tummy back a fraction, so you have a flat back down on the floor, and keep pushing away with both heels. Good. Bringing your left hand over to the outside of your right knee, and then just encouraging that leg across a little bit, maybe supporting under the knee as the leg comes over. Breathe here, strengthen your legs, keep squeezing, squeezing as you push the heels away, and you're looking back towards that right hand. Breathe here. Well done. One more breath in, start to draw the leg all the way back, and then passing the leg over, bring it out to the side, anchoring left hip down. Good. Push away with both heels again. Lovely stretch into the pelvis. Remember, you can make it a little bit easier if you need to. Always down to what works for your body. Maybe a little bend in the knee if you need it. But we work towards the straight leg. Good. One more breath in, leg comes back. And then we're going to slowly lower the leg all the way down. Good. About halfway now. And then relax as you reach the floor. And just let go very softly of the hip on that side. Good. Take a nice full breath in here. Exhaling, relaxing. Maybe noticing if there's a little bit of difference one side to the other. Good. As you inhale gently, you're starting to draw, this time, your left knee in. We're going to move into that soft and gentle hip circle, and then maybe make that a little bit bigger. So you can relax that right leg, soften gently into that hip movement. And again, maybe you're exploring that a little bit more. You might be taking the boundary out a little bit wider with your circle if it feels good. But remember, you're connecting into that inner thigh. You've got like a nice strong leg there. Purposeful, mindful, lovely release. Good. And then gently back in the other direction. Really nice. Well done. One more breath in here. Let's slowly start to draw that knee back in. Push away with both heels as you start to lift the left foot up towards the ceiling. And we're working again into this, maybe a 90-degree stretch, but remember, it's always okay to listen to your body. The important bit here is making sure that your hips feel nice and level and in alignment. So maybe your leg is a little bit lower, maybe you've got a gentle bend in it. Just keep pushing away with the heel, that's all. From here, we're going to bring the right hand around to the left knee, bringing that left arm out to the side, and then start to gently draw the leg across. Again, you might be supporting underneath as you push away gently with that heel. Good. Draw your core in, so you're squeezing the navel back to the spine. These little adjustments that we make can make all the difference. Good. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Well done. One more breath in. Start to bring the leg back. Again, if you have any tightness, you can always take a little stretch. And then you're taking this time the left leg out to the side, anchoring that right hip down. Just a lovely slower stretch here. Feeling a stretch in the inner thigh. Pushing away gently with your heel. Well done. Lovely, nice work. Find the internal strength as you squeeze the glute muscles as well. Good. And then coming back to the centre, I'm going to push away with both heels, slowly lowering that leg all the way down, just in your own time. And then relaxing as you get to the bottom. Good. And then find just a nice gentle release as you let go of shoulders, let go of legs. Feel the hips release, and take a couple of nice, lovely, long breaths in and out. Good, well done. Really nice. Let's slowly bring the arms and the legs in a little bit. We're going to slide the feet back up. Good. This time gently drawing both knees in towards your chest and then sending both feet up towards the ceiling. Good. As you push away with those heels, feel the strength in the back of the leg, and then maybe you're opening the feet out. So opening toes out to the side, heels stay together. Good. Make sure you're not creating a lot of stress and tension in your shoulders here. Use your core muscles as you push the heels away from you. Good. And then let's bring the feet in. Take the heels out this time, pigeon-toed, and just see if you can feel that little stretch then down the outside edge of the legs. Good. And then softly release, hugging those knees back in again. Good. Let's take some circles into the lower back here. So, a very underrated movement this. We're really working to release and balance into the sacrum and into the lower spine. So, warming up here a little, feeling that release. Good. And then back in the other direction. Knees can be together if it feels good. If you feel drawn to move in a different way, always okay. Nice work. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. Taking a moment here just to be in stillness in Apanasana and just maybe asking yourself that question, how is my practice feeling this morning? Does it feel okay? Are you feeling relaxed into it? Is the body feeling tight anywhere? Have you got any areas that might need a little bit of love and compassion sending to them? Let's turn the ankles a little bit for a moment. And then we're going to soften, bringing hands to the back of the knees, and then rock yourself gently to seated. Good. From here, we're going to come and find our hands and knees and just come into our child's pose for a moment. Really relax the forehead down and soften here for a moment. Good. So as you take a little bit of time in your child's pose, you see how that feels. Relaxing the front of the feet. Good. Be with your breath here for a few moments. And let's take a few moments just checking in with our child's pose. So noticing, again, how does that feel for you? Do you feel as if the head is coming a little closer down to the floor? Maybe checking in with how your child's pose was when you began practice. You know, however long ago that was. Noticing maybe if the bottom is coming down towards the heels a little more, front of the feet might be pressing down into the mat. We might be just relaxing down, feeling that breath in the back of the body. Good. Releasing the forehead. Nice work, everybody. From here, we're going to gently bring ourselves up onto hands and knees. And then finding a lovely base before we start our cat-cow, we're spreading the fingers nice and wide. Press down into the palms, fingers spread, middle fingers pointing forwards. Knees underneath the hips. We're going to lengthen through the spine. So draw your tummy in and find a lovely solidity around your shoulders, almost drawing your shoulder blades down and back a little, but we're looking down towards the mat. Good. We're going to take a nice deep inhale, fill the lungs, and then as we exhale, we're going to round up into that lovely cat pose, opening into the back of the body, inhaling to a soft and gentle arch. Keeping connection into the belly if you need to. Exhaling as we round into cat pose and inhaling into a nice gentle cow pose. Good. And then continuing here. So closing eyes for a moment, taking that time again to check in with your body and just notice how it feels as you start to move through your practice. Breathe in, breathe out. Again, how is this feeling for me? Good. Take your time to be with your breath and just move gently through at your own pace. Notice the arms. How are they feeling? Are you feeling like you need to switch on your arm muscles a little bit more? Notice the legs. Any pain through the knees? Maybe you need to press a little bit more into the front of the feet. This will distribute your weight a little bit more. Good, through your posture. One more time, we're going to come and just find just a really nice neutral spine for a moment before reaching away with the right leg. So right leg extends away, find a lovely stretch in the back of the toes and push the heel away. Good. One more breath in. We're going to lift the arm and the leg. Well done. And an opportunity here, if you wish, to come and take a hold of that leg if it suits your body. Or you can just keep drawing your core in with me, finding that lovely connection. So of course, if you wish, a little bit more of a stretch here. If not, you can just, and a bit of, obviously practice the balance too. One more breath in. Wherever you are, you're releasing, and then you're going to come down, hands and knees. A little bit of work around the wrist. So just very softly shake or rotate the wrist. Good. One that feels a little bit as it's been put under some pressure. Good. Take a breath in the middle. We're going to come to the other side. So extending away as you exhale into that left leg. Feel that lovely stretch first of all. Press away with the heel. Really magnify that stretch. You'll feel it in the calf muscle. And then coming back, you're going to lift gently the arm and the leg. Drawing your core muscles in, so nice and strong through all of your muscles. Remember, always okay to rest if you need. Maybe taking the foot if it feels good for you. Good. But always okay to keep that lovely stretch as well. Transverse stretch across the abdominal muscles. Breathe here. Gorgeous. We're going to come back just to hands and knees again and rotate just through that wrist a little. Good. Let's take a moment in child's pose just to rebalance the hips. So as you bring the bottom down, good. Then maybe take the knees a little bit wider and lengthen your torso as you reach your fingertips away, forehead down to the floor. And then relax and let go of tension around those wrists. So really soften your wrists. Good. Breathing in and breathing out. Using the breath, this time as you breathe in, really almost press the belly down towards the floor. So you're finding almost like you've got a big balloon blowing up in your belly. Really release that tummy down as you breathe in. And then exhaling, soften the forehead one more time. We're going to slowly bring ourselves up to hands and knees. Again, bringing knees underneath hips, hands underneath shoulders. Curl your toes under and then start that gentle movement up into your downward facing dog. So heels down towards the mat. You're lifting away. We're going to pedal the feet gently. So start to bring your hips a little bit further back towards the back of the mat. And then keeping the hips nice and balanced, you're going to pedal. One heel lifts and the other knee bends. Good. From here, we're going to start to just turn that into a little bit of a baby walk, baby steps all the way up towards the top of the mat. Good. And then from here we're rounding. We're going to round back, stepping up through the spine until we get to the top. And then relax your shoulders, closing eyes for a moment in mountain pose. Good. So be with your breath here. Take a little look down at your toes and just make sure that the feet are nice and parallel. We're not actively bringing the feet out to the sides or the toes out. Good. Connecting to your body as you lift up through that lovely, long line through the whole body. Let's take a breath. We're going to inhale, arms rise all the way up. You can look up to the hands now. Exhaling as we fold forwards. Good. Now gently bringing hands to the shins, lengthening the spine for a moment. Push the tailbone behind you, push the bottom away behind you. And then exhaling as you release all the way down. Good. Arms sweep out to the sides. We're going to lift all the way up. Palms together. And then draw the thumbs slowly down through that central line. Keeping an eye on those thumbs. Good. Inhaling, lifting. So slow movements here. Exhaling as we fold forwards. All the way down to the floor. Inhaling, hands to shins. Good. And then exhaling as we release back down to Uttanasana, forward fold. And then we lift the arms all the way up again. And we reach tall, gazing at the thumbs. Slowly exhaling as we bring the hands all the way down. And one more time. Inhaling, lifting. Exhaling, diving forwards. Lead with your chest if you can. And then we inhale, hands to shins. Lift. Look forwards a little bit maybe, draw the tummy in, exhaling all the way down, and then lifting arms, rise all the way up. Palms of the hands together, slowly releasing, all the way down to your heart space. Closing eyes for a moment. 3 long breaths, inhale, and exhale. And again, inhaling, and exhaling. Good. One more time. Slow, steady breath in through the nostrils. And exhale. Gorgeous. Next inhale, we're lifting arms all the way up. And we're going to exhale and fold forwards. Good. Bringing hands to the shins or the knees, lengthen your spine. Exhaling as we release all the way down. Good. We're going to step back with the right foot. Nice long step towards the back of the mat. And then we're bringing the left one back as well. Come find your downward facing dog. Good. Take a nice deep breath in here. As we exhale, see if you can bring your heels a little closer towards the floor. As we're inhaling, we're just rolling forwards to a plank pose. Strengthen through your body. Knees, chest, chin are going to come all the way down towards the floor. And we're going to inhale into a gentle cobra. So hugging elbows in, we can be looking down towards the floor. Squeeze the bottom, squeeze and point those feet away behind you. Anchor into your pelvis. Let's press back through hands and knees. And then curl your toes under before coming back to downward facing dog. Good. Option here to either walk baby steps, leading with your right foot, or you can lift your right foot all the way up. And then gently step it to the top of your mat, transferring the weight, and bring the other leg alongside. Inhaling, lifting, palms together, down to your heart. Fall into stillness for a moment. Eyes can be closed if you prefer. Good. And then just breathe here for a moment. Inhale and exhale. Good. And again, deep inhale and exhale. One more breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Gorgeous. From here, we're going to just bring those arms all the way up. Look up towards your hands. Exhaling as you fold all the way forwards. Inhaling, hands to shins. Lengthen your spine, draw your tummy in. Exhale all the way down. Good. Now this time we start with the left. So picking up the left foot, lift up and back, find that lovely step back. And then the other one comes to downward facing dog. And then we're taking a couple of nice breaths in our down dog here. Inhale and exhale. Just relax your head a little. See if you can really let go of the weight of the head. Breathe here. Maybe you're drawing the heels down. You might be squeezing the tummy back and maybe tilting the pelvis so your sit bones are pushing towards the back of the room, the top of the ceiling. Good. From here, we're going to inhale, rolling forwards to plank pose, strong in your plank, and then knees, chest and chin come down to the floor, and we inhale into this little cobra here. Remember, we're really trying to get the ears away from the shoulder, so think about lifting out through the top of the head. You can be looking down, elbows in towards your waist, strong in the rest of your body. Good. Anchoring pelvis and maybe the pubic bone down into the mat. Breathe here. We're going to press back through hands and knees. Curl the toes under and then come and find your downward facing dog. Good. 3 long breaths here. Maybe in through the nose and out through the mouth. And again. Good. And then one more time, using that breath to cleanse your body. Good. With your next breath in, after those 3, you're either going to lift your left leg or you're going to start that baby walk up to the top and bring the foot between the hands before coming to bring the other leg alongside. Inhaling, lifting. Good. Lovely big reach, maybe a back bend. Palms together, watch your thumbs. Relax your shoulders. Watching thumbs until it comes to the mouth, and then maybe close the eyes and fall to stillness for a moment. Good work. Breathe here. Inhale and exhale. Good. One more breath in here. We're going to slowly release the arms, just let go. And then flicker open the eyes. And we're going to turn and just face the very front of the room. So we're in the middle of the mat, so we've got this lovely width here where we can bring the feet a little bit wider. Good. So turning your toes towards the corners of the mat, and then for a moment just have a little bit of a movement from side to side. Notice how that feels. Good. No pain through your knees, so listen to your body. And if your knees are kind of getting to this point and you're thinking that's painful, then don't go there, just take it a little bit less. And the same when we work with our goddess pose. So for our goddess pose, we're really thinking about lengthening through the spine here, connection into the tummy, and the chest is really nice and open. We've got this expansiveness through the chest, rolling the shoulders back and down. And we maintain that posture as much as we can throughout the gentle rhythmic movement. So we're going to take a nice deep inhale as we lift the arms all the way up, maybe looking up. And then as we exhale, we're going to just very softly bend the knees, maybe a little trial run to begin with, see how it feels. And then inhale all the way up, straight legs. Good. And again. And we're going to find our own little version of our kind of flowing goddess, just working gently into the hips. There's a gentle squeeze as you lower, good, maybe into the thighs and the glute muscles. And we're using the strength of the legs to push us back up, good. Really nice. You can keep it even slower if you wish, or for some of you, you might want to try and bring a little bit more space into it. You might get the odd clunk and click as you stretch and open yourself. See if you can find lots of space here. A nice visualization is to imagine a big circle as you're using the arms. Good, keeping that chest lifted. Really nice. Breathe in, breathe out as you're moving through. Well done. One more time. We're going to lift the arms all the way up. Palms of the hands come together and we bring them down to the heart space. Good. We're going to pivot the feet very gently towards the right side of the room. Moving towards the right for energy first of all. And then bring the hips back. But be comfortable in your posture. Wherever you are, you're squeezing the legs, squeezing the bottom. We're going to release the arms. Maybe draw your pinky fingers back a little bit. And then you're going to look towards that right middle finger, maybe resting the gaze on the fingernail. From here, we're going to just reach forwards a little and then allow the hand to softly come down just at wherever feels good. So we're not forcing anything. Back arm rises all the way up. Gorgeous. And then from here, we're going to come back and we're going to release into a nice kind of a reverse triangle. And then we're going to come forwards again. Use that movement softly around your waist. And then coming all the way back up. Reverse. Coming all the way down. Good. And then with one more, we're going to lift up into that reverse and just hold here for a moment. Nice straight legs looking up towards the hand. Relax through the shoulders, draw the tummy back. One more breath in, slowly come back just to the arms at halfway and then relax. Feet come forwards. Good. Breathe here. Relax your shoulders, let them soften a little bit more. Inhale and exhale. Good. Taking a lovely long breath in again. As we exhale, we're going to bring that left heel in a little bit. And then the right toes turn towards the doors. Good. And again, bring your hips just softly and gently back so they feel comfortable, just as much as works for you. Strong through the leg. We're really thinking about, on this right thigh, we're thinking about this kind of opening of the thigh. So we're almost trying to draw it round and back a little bit, keeping that strength. Good. Take a nice breath in, lifting the arms all the way to halfway. Relax your shoulders, send the hands away, and then plug the shoulders in so you feel strong and secure here. Draw your tummy back. You're going to turn and look towards that left middle finger, and then you're gently reaching towards the far end of the room before relaxing the hand down towards the outer knee. And then that back arm comes all the way up and we look up towards the hand. And then we're going to begin that gentle movement between the two. So inhaling as we open the chest on that left side. And then exhaling all the way down. Good. Take it to where it feels good for you. Inhaling as we lift again on the left. All the way up. And all the way down. Lovely mindful movement, strong through your legs. One more time, we're lifting all the way up. Good. And then we're going to soften, coming back to halfway. And then toes come forwards and relax all the way down. Good. Let's take the hands gently to the waist. Feel the hip crease there. Turn your toes inwards and your heels out. Good. Now draw your tummy back, lengthening your spine. And then just begin to very softly come down, just at your own pace. And it might be that for some of you, halfway is good enough. That might be fine for you. Squeeze your legs and find strength in your core, drawing your navel back to your spine. Some of you might find fingertips can brush the floor, or you might want to use a block and pop your hands on the block. Some of you can then maybe heel toe out a little bit more because you'll be feeling a bit more secure with the hands down. But we're very strong through the belly, strong through the arms, and lovely head, let go. 3 long breaths here. Inhale deeply and exhale. Maybe you can come a little lower. Inhaling and exhaling. Gorgeous. Nice work, everybody. One more time. Breath in and breath out. Gorgeous. And then from here, what we're going to do is just walk the hands softly over to the right side. And if you're above, if you've got your hands on your knees, you're just going to bring the hand over to that other side, to the right side. From here, take a very gentle rotation, but squeeze your tummy. You're going to be lifting that right arm up, if it suits your body, either here with that other hand, left hand on right knee, or with left hand on right floor. Good. One more breath here. Feel that rotation. Release all the way down, and then come back through centre, all the way over to the other side. This time your left arm is rising. Good. Maybe you're bringing your hand to the knee, if that suits your back a little bit more. Good. Nice work. Using core strength here with your rotation. Well done. Nice options. One more breath in. Slowly release all the way back down. Come back to the centre. Good. Let the head just relax. Maybe the head can come a bit further down. Let's walk the hands further forwards here, if you've got hands on the floor. If not, you're just relaxing where you are. Now, if your hands can come further, just maybe allow the heels to come away, and maybe come and find a nice wide-legged plank pose, if it suits you. Breathe here. Good. Slowly bringing it all the way back, until the hands come between the feet. Gorgeous. And then relax. Breathe in, breathe out. Good work. From here, we're going to start to just very softly heel-toe those feet in a little bit. Good. Maybe until they come to hip width distance. And then we're going to start to round the back and roll all the way up to the top. Bringing hands together. Exhaling as we come down into a gentle chair pose, resting hands at the heart centre. Relax your shoulders and lift your chest up towards the thumbs. Squeeze your bottom as much as you can. Good. And squeeze the legs as if you've got an invisible block between there. Good. Now let's take the weight very softly over towards that right side. And you're going to either just pick up your left heel and just be here for a minute, transferring that weight here, and that's enough. Or for some of you, you're going to lift the leg and just pop it over your knee. But always okay to be here as well. So remember, that's just if you want to maybe be a bit more whizzy-jolly with some balance. Good. If that feels good, fine. If not, bring it straight down, always okay. Just keep squeezing though, draw the tummy in. Really nice. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. Now wherever you are, you're going to soften, release the foot down if you're balancing, and then we're going to come all the way up and exhale, release. Roll your shoulders. Good. Maybe release the legs a little bit. Taking a nice deep inhale here, we're going to start to lift those arms all the way up. Palms of the hands come together. We're going to just gently bend the knees, come down into a nice chair pose, and bring hands to your heart space. Good. Lifting heart up towards the thumbs, pressing everything firmly together into that centre line of your body. This is where our strength is, through the centre. So press the arms, squeeze the legs together. Now again, here, maybe transfer of weight over onto the left. Maybe you're just picking up the heel. That's okay. Here you're still getting that transfer of weight, you're still getting that work into the hip. For some of you, maybe you're going to pick up the ankle and cross it over if it feels really wobbly and not great. And of course, bring it straight back down. Breathe in and breathe out. Well done. Fine. Remember your drishti, remember that squeeze and concentration. And then wherever you are, you can release the foot back down and come all the way up. Gorgeous. This time, as you release the arms, you're going to roll yourself all the way down and just take hold of the the elbows and softly turn a little one way and then the other. Good work, well done. Be with your breath here for a few minutes. Soften, relax, maybe the torso comes down towards the floor. We're going to release the hands and then just maybe coming up onto your tiptoes for a moment. Feel that transfer of weight as you walk your hands, as you pivot towards the short end of your mat, and then you walk your hands to the top. Feel that little almost transfer forwards and back, and then walk your feet back. Find your downward facing dog here. Remember, always okay to rest if needs be, always okay to come and take a child's pose, or you can practice in your down dog for a moment. Feel that lovely stretch, maybe a little bit of pedaling if it feels good. And some lovely, nice, strong breaths in and out. Good. From here, we're going to slowly release the knees all the way down to the floor. And then come and find your child's pose one last time. Relaxing head to the floor. Deep breath in. Really feel the breath fill up into the back of the lungs. And exhaling as you relax. Good, nice work everybody, well done. We're going to gently, when you feel ready, start to bring yourself back up onto your bottom, bring your legs out in front of you. I'm going to come down to the floor today. So begin to just lower yourself down. Good. And once you get to the floor, you're just going to cross your right leg gently over your left for a moment. Feel that little, maybe a little rock from side to side into your lower back. Good. Let's bring the arms a little wider. And we're going to just slowly lower the knees all the way down to the right side. Good. Really nice. Just feel that little stretch around the hip. And then softly bring them back through centre and over to the left. Good, let's do that a couple more times. So just this very soft movement between the left and the right, or the right and the left. So coming over one way, and then the other, a little bit like when we were working with our windscreen wipers. So this time we're not holding it too much. We're finding that gentle pulsing almost as we move one way and then the other. So we're going to end up on the left side. Good, and then come back to the centre, uncrossing the legs, and then come to the other side. So crossing the leg all the way over if it feels good. And then releasing. You can, of course, just come into a gentle windscreen wiper, recline twist if you prefer as well. So, but we're going to do 3 on each side, so just very softly moving. Using your breath to find that release. Good, and then as you come to that third side, on both sides, you're then going to bring your knees all the way back to the centre. Good, well done. And then uncrossing. Gorgeous. Let's draw the knees in for a moment. Really nice. And some soft and gentle rocks or maybe circles. Whatever it is that works for you here at this point, just to release tension through the back. Good, well done. Let's bring the feet down to the floor. We're going to extend both legs away to the corners of your mat. And then we're going to bring the arms above the head. So a lovely big stretch. I like to throw in a bit of an extra stretch now and again in the winter when it's nice and warm, because it's warm here, to try and just expand and lengthen the spine a little bit more, because we do tend to suffer a little bit more with compression of the spine during the winter months where we're not out and about so much and when it was warm. So find that lovely length into the hands, and as you bring the arms out, maybe into a nice star shape, just take a moment to take up as much space as you absolutely can. So feel as big as you can. Breathe here, maybe receptive in the heart centre for any love and compassion. Breathe in, breathe out. Maybe as you're exhaling, you're imagining anything that you don't need kind of shooting out of the fingers and toes. Good, so any of these kind of energizing visualizations can be used whenever you're practicing. Good, one more breath in. Slowly bring palms of the hands together above the heart. and then, sorry, above the head, and then we're going to draw the hands down to the heart space. Well done. So take a nice deep inhale, and then as we exhale, relaxing the shoulders, and maybe you're happy to just stay here for your relaxation, or maybe you need to add a little bit of extra clothing, or maybe change your position. So we're going to get ready for Shavasana or relaxation now. Just soften and let go. Just have a few moments just to let the body absorb really all of the work that we've done. So whenever we're moving the body in this way, what we're doing is then in Shavasana kind of baking all the ingredients together like in a cake. So let the body just relax softly, maybe bringing your awareness to how you feel physically, and just softening down. We're going to take a moment to just let go and release through the soles of the feet and soften the feet completely. And we might be letting go of any tension through those legs as well. Let them relax. Sometimes it's really nice to just gently squeeze the bottom, the glute muscles, give them a nice squeeze, and then as you relax, just feel that release. Good. Through the muscular system, the gluteal muscles, which give us a lot of support all the time. Relax your belly. Maybe you can feel as you breathe in and out. There's a gentle lift in the belly. Good. And then just noticing any opening just across the collarbones as you relax those shoulders, creating that lovely space between your shoulders. Good, nice work everyone. Relaxing the face for a moment. See if you can feel a smoothness, a letting go of any tension around the brow, around the eyes, around the facial features, particularly the mouth, a little opening and closing here. Good. We're going to rest for a few moments, just knowing that we're in a safe, a secure and a supported space to completely let go. very gently, just start to bring our awareness back to the physical body. So when we do this, we like to just very softly deepen the breathing. Start to draw that breath into the lungs. Really feel the inflation in the lungs, that expansion in the chest. Maybe feeling the belly rise a little bit as well. Good. Maybe being aware of the warmth in the hall, noticing maybe the sunshine. Be with your breath for a few moments as you just start to bring yourself back in. Good. It might be that you're noticing sounds, maybe you're tuning into the senses a little bit more. And then it might be that you're starting to just explore the body just by maybe moving the fingers and the toes, maybe just turning the wrists, maybe making some of those movements a little bit bigger if it feels good. And for some of you, maybe taking hands just to rest over the eyes, just for a few moments. A really nice exercise to just bathe the eyes in darkness for a few moments. And then whenever you feel ready, you can open the eyes up, let that lovely sunlight come in. Good, spreading the fingers and taking some gentle stretches, just to get your body used to that gentle movement again if you wish. And remember, always okay to remain on the floor if you prefer. If today is a day that you want to rest more, it's always allowed. You're always okay to take whatever it is that you need from your practice, whenever you need to. Good, so we're going to make our way into our final closing position. That might be on our backs or on our sides, it might be just coming to a gentle, comfortable seat. Wherever you are, settle into your position. Just kind of notice how the body feels as you relax into it. So quite a physical practice this morning, just noticing the opening across the collarbones, noticing the opening in the hips. Good. When we work with more standing postures sometimes, it's about building a little bit more strength and resilience into our practice. So just be with your breath for a few moments, maybe checking in with the body physically. Good, well done. I'm going to relax the shoulders and then feel that lovely lift up through the crown of the head if we're seated. If we're laying down, always okay to just remain where we are. If we wish, we're going to just gently start to draw that right ear over towards the right shoulder and just feel a little bit of a stretch in the neck. Maybe tucking the chin in a fraction, just feeling any movement through the neck before bringing the head all the way back to the centre. Good. And then from here, maybe we're softly taking the head or the ear over towards that left side. Again, don't force anything, just see where it wants to go. And then maybe tucking the chin in and feeling the stretch and move a little bit across the back of the shoulders. And then the head comes to the centre. From here, we might be drawing the chin in towards the chest and just let the head go for a moment. Let the arms hang, let the fingers just release a little. Taking a lovely long breath in here, and as we exhale, maybe relaxing that head a little bit more. Good. And then from here, if the eyes have drifted closed again, you might want to just start to flicker them open. And we're going to start to gently lift the arms. Good. So maybe the arms can arise and the palms of the hands come together and gently draw them down through your heart space. Good. And again, we're going to inhale as we softly lift. Exhaling as we lower. And then one more time, just washing our way through that auric field, but also creating a circle of protection until the hands just rest for a moment at the heart centre. We're going to clasp the hands together and create this little mudra, Vajrapradma, which is where we bring our hands into a little grid, thumbs are pointing upwards like a gate, and just rest it here for a moment. This is a really lovely way to kind of protect your heart a little bit. Breathe into it, just feel that connection into your heart space. Inhaling and exhaling. It's known as the unshakable gesture of confidence or trust. So trusting your path, whatever that might be. Be with your breath. A couple more nice long breaths in and out. Relaxing shoulders, but lifting the heart. Well done. Let's return to Anjali Mudra, bringing hands together at the heart centre. And then we bring hands to the forehead where we think kind and loving thoughts about ourselves and about others. We take it to the lips and we speak with kindness and with the truth. And we take it to the heart. And we have a kind and open and a loving heart. Namaste, everyone. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing your practice. Well done, everyone. Nice work. Good work. Have a lovely rest of your week. Just to let you know, I've released a date for a new workshop in the new year, which I've taken a few bookings for already this morning. So I'm doing an intentions workshop here on the 18th of January, which is Sunday morning. I think it's 9:30 to 12:30. So there'll be some refreshments, a break and things. We're going to be doing a flowing, kind of like a nice gentle flowing sequence, which is then going to move into a more yin-based practice, which will then move into a lovely guided meditation, all supported with aromatherapy oils. So it'll be a nice opportunity to set a few intentions for your new year. So if anybody would like to join me on that workshop on the 18th, just send me a message. I expect I'll be planning on about it next year. So look out in the groups and things. But thank you, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the sunshine, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching at home. Take care, Jo. See you soon.